Good evening, everybody. Thank you for your patience while we got set up tonight. I'm Christine with the Albion Economic Development Corporation, and I want to welcome you this evening to the graduation of our second cohort of Dream Build Rise Albion. For any of you that may not know, Dream Build Rise is an entrepreneurial program designed to encourage, nurture, and support entrepreneurs and small business development in the Albion area by providing technical assistance, education, networking, and mentorship opportunities with other local successful entrepreneurs, subject matter experts, and community stakeholders. The enhanced entrepreneurial programming provided by Dream Build Rise will foster a strong entrepreneurial ecosystem in Albion and actively reduce barriers for minority and women-owned businesses and increase the percentage of those earning a living wage in Albion. So if you don't already follow us on Facebook, please do. We're on Facebook, Dream Build Rise Albion. You can also check us out on dreambuildrisealbion.com, and we are on Instagram as well, Dream Build Rise Albion MI. We have to recognize some folks tonight that were integral to this program. The EDC, we have provided logistics, scheduling support, and this time around some coaching with the cohort. And we want to make sure that we mention our partners, that we couldn't have done this without, especially our first partner, who will come up and introduce himself in a moment. There's Almi from International Strategic Management, Inc. Ferris founded ISM 18 years ago, and he set up accelerators, tech transfer offices, facilitated workshops, and developed programs to foster entrepreneurial spirit around the world. This is a big deal, Albion. We got a globetrotter here. That's an entrepreneurial and business development expert. The ISM Inc. is who provided the curriculum that we use for the cohorts, and also provided some coaching, but also to train the trainer so that myself and some other local folks could become coaches for the program. We want to recognize real quickly Justin Andert, who's one of the coaches for the program. He's an entrepreneur, arts entrepreneur himself, and ran a program similar in Battle Creek, and was a coach again for the program this time around. He unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. He and his wife got married in the year of COVID and had to waylay their honeymoon to Hawaii until this year. So we're going to forgive him, but God love him. He actually jumped on the coaching section the other night from Hawaii. We also want to recognize Boss Up Inc. and Boss Up Productions. Danish is here tonight from both of those organizations. They helped us reach out and find participants for the cohort, as well as they went through cohort 1 with their own businesses and then have continued to provide coaching for this cohort. Also would like to mention some folks that have financially supported the program. Albion Community Foundation, Brandy Eggleston, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, and Lee Raditz and Company CPA, as well as the Albion EDC. So it's a pitch competition, so I get to make one now. The Albion EDC is asking for your support to build on the success of the first 2 cohorts of Dream Build Rise. So how can you help? You can consider making a financial commitment as an investor or a sponsor for Invest Albion, a Shark Tank style inspired competition coming to Albion in 2022 that will give our entrepreneurs the opportunity to compete for prizes and investment dollars to launch or grow their businesses. You can also be a subject matter expert or mentor, be a cohort or entrepreneurial networking event guest speaker. We're going to have some events coming up next year you'll be hearing about more shortly, and we would love to get our local business owners involved in that. If you would like to know more, you can contact Amy Dupreis, our president and CEO. Say hi to me. Or myself at the EDC at 517-629-3926, or info@dreambuildrisealbion.com. And lastly, I'd like to thank our judges for being here tonight. We have Christina Franchetti. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Close enough, yeah.
Sorry, I'm Italian, so I want to say the C part. Okay. Who is, what would be proper name?
For my,
Last name,
oh, friend setting.
Francetti, sorry. It's the Italian and he wants to pronounce the hard C.
Yeah.
Who is the credit manager for Homestead Savings Bank. We have 2 returning judges, Brady Eggleston, Edward Jones Financial Consultant, and we have John Schmidt, who's the senior consultant for the Southwest Michigan Small Business Development Center. And so thank you again for coming. After we announce the pitch winners, we are going to have a little reception upstairs. We have cake, we have treats from a local bakery, and also we're going to have some treats from Rust Belt Ramen. So make sure that you head upstairs afterwards to enjoy some of that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ferris now. Thank you.
All right, thank you all. First of all, congratulations for those who participated in the program on your awesome work. I know it takes a lot of commitment. We met every Monday and Thursday for somewhere between 2 to 3 hours. And I know that they had to do a lot of more work in between. So for the family members who are here today with you, if you were wondering what they were doing Monday and Thursday night, now you know. We met roughly from 5:30 to 8 in those 2 days. And in between, they probably were sweating, trying to do some of the work that is needed to be able to discuss it the following week. On Monday, we had a facilitated discussion, so they were engaged and they couldn't be doing 2 things at the same time because we were asking them questions and they had to answer. And then on Thursday, they were actually in a smaller room with 1 coach to 2 or 3 of them, and they had to be talking to the coach all the time. And it wasn't the coach speaking, it was them speaking. So I guess you're wondering why they were so busy. Well, unfortunately, they couldn't just have the call and have something else going on. They had to be completely engaged. So I want to say thank you for your commitment for your business to wanting to make sure that your business continue the success journey that you already started. So congratulations for that. All right. Just recognize that before Christine tried to play it, a little low. Without Christine and Amy, none of this would have happened. Okay, they not only just rallied us up to be around here and to support the entrepreneurs, but they were calling the entrepreneurs, showing up with the entrepreneurs. If something went wrong, they were following up with the entrepreneurs, with us, with the whole team. And without them, I would say that they not only they're the glue, but they took a lot of leadership role to make it really work for all of us. So I want to thank you both for all your efforts, all your support. And I do know that you did this beyond your expected hourly work hours because we were meeting at 5:30 to 8 p.m. And I know that for you to even meet that, you have to be working all day to get it ready to meet at 5:30 to 8 p.m. So thank you on behalf of all of us here for you. So without further ado, we have a couple of entrepreneurs. 6 will come up and they will have 3 minutes to present and then 2 minutes for Q&A. The timer will start once they start speaking, and the timer will stop when it's 3 minutes. So whether they're done or not, and then there'll be 2 minutes for Q&A, and the same thing with the timer. And the only reason we're doing that is so we can stay on time and try to have a little bit more time afterwards to celebrate. We will also hand the certificates, your performance certificates, at the cake ceremony, so you can have the cake in one hand and the certificate in the other hand, and have time to mingle with some people. All right, it's my honor to welcome the first speaker and the first presenter, Ramona Kidder. So if Ramona is here, I think she's here somewhere. All right, I will start the timer, and we will be airing, by the way, this on Facebook Live sometime this week. We are recording it on Zoom right now, and it will be aired Facebook Live. This week is a special week, in case you did not know. It's the Global Entrepreneurship Week. I actually was lucky enough to have the kickoff meeting in Phoenix, Arizona on Friday and Saturday last weekend. And there were lots of wonderful things that took on for the Global Entrepreneurship Week. And that was the official kickoff for it. And in Michigan, we kicked it off this morning. For those who were tuned in, the Governor Whitmer and then the MEDC President welcomed the week. So we're closing the day of the Global Entrepreneurship Week of the first week of it, the first day of it, with you pitching. So we're going to make sure that everybody else in the world knows that you did your work today. No worries. The good news.
So you did say 3 minutes to present, yeah, instead of 2.
Well, don't worry, I'll catch you up around 2. All right, so the floor is yours.
Floor is mine. Good evening. I'm Ramona Kidder. This is my husband, Kelly, and we own Dickerson Music Company here in town. We are the local music instrument store since 1955, and we currently have new and used instruments, instrument repair, and also lessons for bass, guitar, ukulele, and mandolin. We are pushing to be the center of the Albion music scene here, and we believe that music is the great connector and is ultimately the international language.
Yeah, we feel that music education is very important, and with the lessons that we give at the store, we've had students who have graduated or have moved on to do things such as become a police officer. We've got a band director that took lessons from us. I've also got 2 students that are currently in Nashville making a living as a musician in bands. One of them is touring with a semi-national act. It's getting quite a lot of notoriety. We've been real fortunate. We took over the store about 6 years ago, and since that time, we've averaged a 9% growth annually, which is higher than what the average is in our industry.
So as you can tell, we are looking to expand Dickerson Music. There are 3 empty buildings right around me that are owned by the county land bank. I would love to get those buildings, because if we were able to get those, we would be able to add 4 lesson rooms, and we'd have space to do workshops for all ages and classes on a weekly and a monthly basis. So I'm asking that
We're hoping to raise about $350,000 so that we can purchase these buildings and do the renovations necessary to get them to use for the purpose we like.
because we love Albion and we do not want to leave Albion. And we want you to remember that music is the ultimate connector.
I used to be on a stage and speak in front of people.
Okay.
The good news is you are a musician, so that's what you have to do all the time. So no, maybe sometimes. We'll take a couple minutes of questions, comments from the judges.
I have a question. Have you thought about, if you did receive these extra square footage, you ever thought about partnering with this local schools and maybe having the kids come over? Hello?
We recently just did a introduction at Harrington School for kids with different types of percussion instruments.
Yeah, specifically instruments that they wouldn't be getting education at the school, the band instruments. These were other things, ukulele, percussion instruments, that kind of stuff.
We had a balalaika, we had rain sticks, we had
Guitar, ukuleles, that kind of stuff.
different
And-
types of drums.
Yeah, that evening, 2 of the kids came to the store and got instruments, so it was pretty successful. So absolutely, yeah, we'd like to work with not just the local schools, but the local groups, that kind of stuff. Which is another reason why we like to have a space other than individual private lessons, so that we could do things like recitals and workshops, because they're pretty tight to do that in the store that we have now.
What, in your revenue profile, what percentage of your revenue is instruments? What percentage are lessons roughly?
Okay, so as far as instruments go, currently it is 42%. We have about 18% of lessons. On an average, Kelly does about 700 lessons a month.
And I'm the only teacher at the time, because we don't really have the room for more teachers. Because we're not open on Monday. We just added a teacher for Monday only, because the store's not open. He can teach there in the retail space. But we, a couple of years ago, when we first were looking at purchasing buildings, we had 3 teachers lined up who were going to use the spaces that hadn't already had a group of people that were teaching. So.
All right. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you, guys. Right, next will be Cassidy Porter.
evening. Would you believe my outfit was completely purchased from a thrift store? That you can find quality goods in a secondhand shop? Well, you better believe it. My name is Cassidy Porter, and I'm here with Locally Loved, the next thrift store to come to Albion. I'm a current college student starting this business as part of a social innovation fellowship. My passions include environmental issues and art, but most of all, my community. Although Locally Loved is still in the startup stage, much has been learned. Locally Loved will eventually be a storefront thrift store. However, it will start as a pop-up shop across the various green spaces and other accessible, eco-friendly places in Albion, bringing the products to the people. Not only is Locally Loved pursuing accessibility in our community, but is also focusing on lessening our environmental impact through sustainability. The closest thrift store competitor is located in Marshall, while there is an indirect competitor in Albion, Label Shoppers. However, they do not sell donated secondhand goods. My target market is 16 to 35-year-old budget-minded women. This spans from college students like me to young mothers. There are current trends, especially for my generation, to shop and support their stores. Being a college student myself, it is difficult to find secondhand goods within the Albion community. Just this past weekend, Albion College took a trip to a neighboring community to specifically go thrift shopping. It has been predicted that the thrift store market will double within the next 5 years. So all in all, the thrift store market is on the rise. I'm currently looking for $2,000 to support the startup of my business to build out my operations through leasing storage space and marketing, as well as like and follow Locally Loved on Facebook and Instagram. Although the store is still starting up, don't miss the opportunity to join the thrift store rise. Next time you think of retail, think Locally Loved. We help one another.
So I think this dress that I have on today, I got in Portage at a secondhand shop. So I wouldn't put out the 45-year-olds because we like thrifting as well. But I love this idea. Will it be strictly donated, or will you run it like a Plato's Closet where you actually pay for the goods?
Well, I was hoping to go strictly donations. I hadn't really considered the Play-Doh closet aspect of it because I'm really focused on the environmental impact of the waste that occurs when we just throw away our goods.
How do you publicize the donations? I mean, currently.
Currently, I haven't. This is really new. I started the Facebook and Instagram last week. So right now it's going to be word of mouth once we actually get a space where I can collect the donations, as well as social media.
And is it just clothes, or is it any items?
I think in the beginning, it will just be clothing because there won't necessarily be space for me to take like dressers and things of that nature. But eventually with the storefront, I'm hoping we can take those objects too because they're really good to resell.
I've seen some talks about giving coupons to people that necessarily couldn't afford to come in and buy. Have you thought about that aspect of allowing, maybe someone who didn't have the means to come and buy and help you with your inventory?
Definitely, I would be more than willing to consider that because the whole concept is that it's for the people. I'm not necessarily here to make bunches of money from this. I just really want to give it an opportunity to give back. So that'd be in the considerations definitely, and the prices I'm hoping are to keep as low as possible, to keep it as accessible as possible.
Thank you so much. As you can see, it's already exciting, and we're like just getting started. So next we'll have Jaquel Short.
Hello, my name is Jaquel Short, and I'm the CEO of a new social media e-commerce app called Underground Hustle. And so I'm sure many of you guys know a small business that's real great, and you thought to yourself, man, why don't everybody know about this small business? And I have the remedy for you, Underground Hustle. It's an app that helps small businesses expand their clientele outside of their local area by building a growing relationship between your business and your consumers, and also expanding your web of influence as well. We also allow you to list the entirety of your store on a worldwide platform and connect with your consumers and distribute it. So some people will be like, why do you need to use Underground Hustle and not Amazon, Etsy, Facebook Market, etc.? But why? The question is not why should you use Underground Hustle, but why wouldn't you use us as well? We have a heart for the growth and the development and success of small businesses everywhere. We want to see you succeed, so don't cut yourself and your business short. Also use all those other platforms and Underground Hustle as well to increase your business and your clientele. Our 3 revenue models is a 5% 5% sales tax fee made from every sale on the app. We also have a optional subscription-based fee, and also a create your own budget ad fee that allows you to boost any post at your ads at your budget's discretion. It's free to download and list the entirety of your store on the app as well. So like us on Facebook at Underground Hustle with the $ for the S, and also follow us on Twitter at Underground Hustle app. That way you can stay up to date with everything regarding Underground Hustle. We are currently being developed by Appsnato out in New Jersey. $22,000 has already been invested in the app with our projected launching date, the end of December 2021. And we're asking for $8,000 in return so we can do upgrades and updates and all of that good stuff. So Underground Hustle, we're not just a social media, we're a social movement.
Great energy, great energy. I can't match that. Yeah, I get the app now. How does, if I was a shopper, how would I find out about this? I get it from the retailers, but how would the shopper?
So I feel like everybody that I come across as a potential client and customer. So initially with my marketing, I'm going to go up to people personally, tell them to download. Also, I'm going to do YouTube and social media boost posts to let them know that it's on there. I feel like the best way to do it is just to go up to people and let them know about it, and then expand. And also the businesses can, since it's integrated with their Facebook, the businesses who have their own personal clientele as well can sell from there and allow users to get on there by that aspect as well.
What is the, most popular product you're selling right now?
So we actually don't sell the products. We are a platform for underground businesses, so small business owners. So say for instance, if they sell a shirt or a hat or mugs or services, so they'll come on the app and then sell. It's like an easy way for them to design or create their website on a social media aspect to sell off the app. So we're not really selling anything. We're helping small businesses expand their market to sell.
Who has the most traffic? What type of are they selling?
So we're not quite released yet. We don't release till the end of December of this year. So I'm not sure, but I would expect it to be more so clothes and things of that sort, like clothing brands.
Cool. Thank you so much. Next, we have Carol Brown.
Hello, my name is Carol Brown. I am the CEO and the mind that creates Beautiful Creations. Beautiful Creations is an event planning business. How would you like to have your own spot to shop as a venue that is a one-stop shop? We offer counseling and officiate, as well as the chapel and fellowship hall. You don't have to look any further. We provide flowers, fine beautiful linen, backdrops, and all types of colors. We design unqueer centerpieces. Our decorative community is a centerpiece that decorates services, families, and communities. I've been in the event planning business for several years. I was taught under my mentor, who has took me under her wings, has since then passed away. but has left the business to me to carry out the legacy. I'm passionate about decorating because it excites me, it motivates me, and it makes me feel good about celebrating others. Decorating for events allows me to bring happiness to families and communities. Beautiful Creation provides an upscale, elegant experience. We create an experience within the event that allows our clients to feel as if they're walking into a whole new world. We have always focused on party decorations, bankets, baby showers, and since then been able to upscale our qualities, events, exteriors, including weddings focused with a higher quality standard. Although we have been in the business for several years, I've learned the importance of researching, advertising, marketing, and also learning my ideal clients. I'm planning the next level of my business and to help it become a flourishing business by coming up with a financial plan, a budget, so that I can be able to pay staff on a continuous basis. You can reach me by following from Facebook or my website, beautifulcreationsevents.com.
Okay. Is this the facility or you're just offering the decorating for other places?
I have my own venue as well, and so I do them both. I go out to the communities and travel to different areas, but I also have my facility as a venue as for a one-stop shop, so you can come to our building to also hold your events. Yes.
How large of an area will you travel to?
I would travel to Detroit, Florida, wherever I can go. The finances take me, I will go. Yes.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, I'll go to Hawaii, New York, California, wherever I can go.
So there's pictures down here and they're just absolutely gorgeous, so classy.
Thank
I love it. You said you had your own venue. How many people could you host in that venue?
In that venue, I can host about maybe 125. I have my own kitchen and our chapel there, and so it's much usable to most people in our community or all around just in the areas that can come and be a part. So, yeah.
You can tell me if you don't want to answer this, but on average, if someone wanted 100 people to come to a party and you handled all of the decorating, the food, approximately, is it like thousands of dollars? Is it?
I would say that it's affordable. I try to make it where it will meet the needs of the people because I know the time that we're in. So I'm in it for money, but I'm also in it because I love helping people. So I wouldn't say it would be way over the price. Yes.
Next, we have DeKayla Williams.
Hi, I'm DeKayla. I have been passionate about serving and about business my entire life. I was 6 years old when I had my first job working at my mom's candy store, serving ices and snacks to the neighborhood kids. I was a teenager when I started working for Sharon Ponds, a well-known business consultant here in Albion. These two women showed me that entrepreneurship is possible and that serving others is the most important thing that we can do in life. Working for these two was not easy, but it did prepare me to be in front of you all today. I am the owner of a business coaching service called CTW Coaching, and you can find me on Facebook as Coach DeKayla. I coach through inspiration driven by research and by motivating my clients to understand just how powerful they are. I am committed to serving my clients, and I love to help them figure out what works and what doesn't work, and how to make their dreams an actual destination that they can arrive to. I use these techniques when working with Taylor Sandoval. She owns a home bakery here in Albion. It's called Taylor's Kitchen. With my coaching, she was able to take herself from making cakes and treats in her home to acquiring an LLC, creating a strong brand, and she is now in the process of opening her own commercial kitchen so that she can sell her treats all throughout the world. Serving business owners who are struggling to reach their growth goals is truly what I am passionate about. I love to see people win. Business coaching is the second fastest growing industry in the United States. I am here asking you all to not only invest in me, but also in the future of business as we know it. I am looking for $20,000 for operating costs and advertising so that Change the World Coaching can grow, inspire, and serve as many businesses as possible. Thank you.
When you work with a client, what have you found is the most common issue for small business owners that they're looking for assistance help for?
What I found is that they all have a dream, but there is short of how to get there. The strategic way of how to get there is short, but they know what they want. They know what they're selling. They know they have a good product, but how to strategically get there and get it out to the masses is often an issue because sometimes people are just afraid to just kind of put themselves out there and really step out. And that's why I started this, because I found that a lot in entrepreneurs that I work with. It's just a fear. And to get over that fear, just open up doors for them.
When someone needs coaching, how long do you normally coach someone for? And are you talking to them daily, weekly?
So coaching for me is more of a relationship, and it depends on my client. It depends on what the client's needs are. And so that's the big part about serving, is to be able to look at what their needs are by doing an in-depth intake and trying to figure out what their needs are. Whether it be 3 months or 6 months is based on the client and what their needs are.
Do you have like a package they would buy for like a 3-month package for you to coach them, or how would you make money that way?
Yeah, for that is exactly what it is, a 3-month or 6 month. And the big thing about it is, like I said, the relationship is to make sure that we are a good fit for each other. I don't believe it's for everyone, but I do believe for the people that want it, that it will work for them.
Thank you so much. And we have one more, that's last but not least, Anthony and Emily Cox. Before they come up, just so you know what's gonna happen next, once they're done, we're gonna take a 10-minute break so the judges could go and debrief, and then we'll come back. So those who need to go to the restroom or those who need to go get a drink or make a phone call, please do so, and then we'll have 10 minutes and then we'll come back all together.
Have you gone out to dinner in Albion recently and yearned for something more? Well, we have. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Emily.
And together, we're going to bring food diversity to Albion through our restaurant, Rust Belt Ramen. Supported by my 20+ years of experience in the food industry, we decided to open a restaurant in Albion because we looked around and we saw a need for more diversity. A simple Facebook query showed us that the people of Albion want more, and Asian topped that list. While we were living in Japan, we were both forever impacted by their cuisine and their culture. In fact, the dish Japanese curry has become our comfort food. So it only makes sense that we draw on that connection. At Rust Belt Ramen, we are going to focus on dishes that are inspired by Japan, but are also uniquely our own, like the s'mores taiyaki that we have for you this evening.
Environmental sustainability is a key value of ours at Rust Belt Ramen. So we have a zero waste initiative and really want to be as vertical as possible with our supply chain. The market for ramen shops in South Central Michigan is pretty scarce. Our closest competitors are in Battle Creek or Kalamazoo, Lansing, or Ann Arbor. Within Albion itself, we've seen a food desert, especially after 10 p.m. and on Sundays and Mondays, prime times for students, visitors, and residents. During 2 events this year, we've shown profit, including Festival of the Forks, we've shown profitability and positive community response.
To grow Rust Belt Ramen, we will start operating out of a ghost kitchen here in Albion in January of 2022. Our plan is to be in a brick and mortar by June of 2022. To meet those goals, we will be asking for $500,000 to purchase an existing restaurant space that is for sale in Albion, obtain a liquor license, and then have operating money for first-year expenses. So if you would, please partner with us on Facebook at Rust Belt Ramen and help us bring life back to the desert.
Oh, Kelly, turn me on. I did drop it. There we go. Okay. So can you tell me how you came up with the name Rust Belt Ramen? And I love your logo.
This is actually our logo.
It's nice.
And then the font.
On the
It
back.
is actually the font of our logo. I am a Detroit automotive kid, born and raised. Father, uncles, grandparents, everyone. So having been raised in the Rust Belt, one, it's a catchy name, but two, it's that tenacity of the Rust Belt of the, you're not gonna keep us down, you're not gonna stop us. We are gonna make this happen, we're gonna survive.
And we felt like it really reflected Albion and the spirit that we have in this town as well, and where we've been, but really where we're going.
Why ramen?
Why ramen? I love everything Japanese, and I just love ramen. Being a chef, there's so many options I could have gone with. It was the one that stuck in my brain the most of, this is what I want to do, this is what I have a passion for, and I want to draw from that. The best thing to cook is the thing that you love the most.
Then when you say a ghost kitchen, what do you mean by that?
We'll be operating out of a commercial kitchen in a church here in Albion. It's a term that's fairly new to me, but has become pretty popular in a lot of social media marketing. It's essentially a carry-out, pick-up style. I like to coin it as reverse DoorDash of you order, you schedule, you come to me, I don't come to you. But it is renting someone else's kitchen while they're not utilizing it. So you're kind of the ghost in their kitchen.
Cool. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the 2-minute break and come on back. We'll be discussing what happened next. We will have some gifts and certificates for 3 potential, I call them additional prizes, because everyone who pitched today is a winner for being here and for pitching. This will be 3 additional prizes, and then everyone who pitched will receive a 3 online assessment. Take a break, we'll see you in a minute. Right, welcome back. So this will be quick, just to give you the run of show. We're gonna call 3 individuals that will get additional support. Now, please remember, everyone who participated today will get additional support for, I'm gonna call it social media audit. So you'll get a nice report to tell you how is your social media reporting and what's happening with your social media. That every single person will get that. Of course, the Dream Build Rise will not go away after today, so anyone who participated will still continue to get support in some kind of capacity from City of Albion, so don't think that you're like dropping off. This will be just an additional 3 months of service that you will be getting an award for those 3 additional individuals that will get it, okay? Now, it was a tough decision, so I had to break some fights, and good news, no one got hurt. So that's the good news, and then there'll be 3 people who will receive these checks. Once we give these checks out, they're for 3 additional months worth of support. Some of them will be automated, so you'll just do it yourself. Some of them will be with some coaching, some will be with a fully coached program. Once we do that, I'd like to have everyone else that pitched today to come back up to the stage so we can take a family/class group photo, and then we'll go up to get the cakes and hand the certificates. Questions, comments? On behalf of all of us, thank you for all for being here. So with that, where are the judges? So let's see, we'll start with first. So with that, John will present the third place extra award, and that goes to
Shaquille Short.
Can I brag on Shaquille just a little bit too? He is in his last semester of college at Western Michigan and was actually doing his team meeting for his practicum the other night and showed up and participated. So I just gotta give him extra kudos for that.
stay here, just look at the side.
And in second place, such a needed thing in this community, Dickerson Music.
Break a leg. I should have joked about that. I do love the stage, but that's scary.
No.
Ramona, you survived.
Yeah. And our first place is going to go to Roosevelt Raymond.
Well, these are not cash awards, they're photo awards. Remember, everyone else who participated will get the extra honor for your social media. All right?
Ramen. So Japanese culture training starts now. It is ramen, not ramen.
All right, we'll take one photo. The other side. We'll just take a selfie. All right, it's ready? All right, and then if you guys don't mind, the rest of the group, would you please come up?
Can we take this to the bank?
Yes. Good luck.
Take it anywhere you want.
Out of my place.
So, and then once we take a picture.
Oh,
with
Amy's
Amy,
taking the picture. Okay.
we're gonna do a selfie once Amy's done.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold. All right.
Hold on.
Y'all blink. We have to do it again. Okay. Sorry.
All right, 1, 2, 3. You guys wanna like do a fun one?
Yay.
Thank you guys, congratulations. See you at the gate.